Just going to make announcements. We are live on YouTube. The meeting will start momentarily.
Take it off that one. I don't know what comes on.
Testing.
Rest. Frank or by Zoom. Oh.
All right, were you doing a check from our end?
Yeah, we can,
We're-
can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
I
I'm
can
good.
hear you, got you. Yeah.
Great.
Anthony.
We're on live stream now? Yep.
Linda will be your best friend. With me.
Okay.
Okay, I've called the meeting to order at 2:00. Hi, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Committee of Adjustments meeting. I'm Melinda McGregor. I'm chair for today, and we have Wayne Greco to my left. And then on Zoom, we have Anthony Rossi and Frank Bruni.
Madam Chair, I'll do the land acknowledgement. I acknowledge with respect that we're in Robinson Huron Treaty Territory and that the land on which we are gathered is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and known as Bawating. Bawating is the home of the Garden River First Nation, Batchewana First Nation, and the historic Sault Ste. Marie Métis Council. Madam Chair, if I could have a motion for the minutes of October 15th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, all in favor?
In favor?
In favor?
Okay. I don't have your faces on Zoom, so you'll have to speak your motion, okay? You'll have to speak your vote.
Yes.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Madam Chair, next is a disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof. And Member Bruni has declared an indirect pecuniary interest in applications A33, A34, and A35, being 1109, 1117, and 1125 Pine Street. He advised that he is an extended family member of the applicant's owners of the application. He will not participate in discussions on that application and will mute his microphone as he is on Zoom. I've had no requests for withdrawal or more motion to defer any of the applications today, so if we could move right to the first matter on our agenda, and that would be in tab 1, and that's application A3225. There's no representation in attendance. It's application A3225. Nancy Madsen and the estate of Ian Madsen are the owners of Lot 42, Plan H 735, former township of Terrantoris, being civic number 1543, third line east. It is located on the south side of Third Line East between Black Road and the dead end of Third Line East. It is designated rural area in the official plan and is zoned RA rural area. Relief is requested from the provisions of bylaw 2005-150 as amended to facilitate the construction of a 7.3 meter by 7.92 meter by 7 meter high detached barn-style garage. Specific request is from section 9.1.5, which requires a maximum garage height of 6 meters. The applicant seeks to increase maximum permitted height for a garage to 7 meters for the upper level storage only. The proposed garage is intended to replace a garage that was destroyed by fire. The design of the proposed new structure will include an upper level storage area and is not intended as a living unit space. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties, by posting a sign on site, and by posting on the city website. As part of the application review, this proposal was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. Building Division had no response. Conservation Authority had no concerns. Engineering and Construction, Fire Services had no concerns. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division was supportive of the application. They have no objections to the application. Several garages on the street exceed 6 meters in height, and in the rural area zone, accessory buildings may be up to 8 meters. The requested height is therefore consistent with the established and permitted character of the neighborhood. The proposed garage will be partially screened from neighboring dwellings by mature vegetation and existing accessory buildings. No unacceptable overlook or privacy impacts are anticipated. Planning staff are satisfied that this proposal meets the 4 tests of a minor variance and recommend its approval. PUC Distribution Inc. Electrical Utilities and Public Utilities Commission Water Utilities had no concerns. Public Works and Transportation had no comment. There are no objection to the request. No evidence has been submitted to suggest that approval would create a negative impact. And those are my submissions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Michelle. And without anyone in the gallery on the matter, do committee members have any questions or comments?
None, Madam Chair.
No question.
No question.
Okay, with that, I'll close the discussion and ask for a motion.
Madam Chair, I'll put forward a motion for acceptance with staff comments.
Okay, thank you,
Acknowledged.
Anthony. And can I get a second?
Second motion.
Okay, second by Wayne, and all in favor?
In favor.
Thank you.
Okay, in favor by Anthony.
Frank, are you in favor?
Yes, it froze up on me. Yes, I'm in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if we could move to tab 2 on your agenda. And Mr. Bruni, this is the application that you've declared an interest. Would you put your microphone on mute? And we can't see you anyhow, so that would be sufficient.
I can see him.
Oh, can you see?
He's
can
at
see
the
him.
top.
Oh, that's okay. Just put your microphone on mute. Okay, Madam Chair, we're moving to applications A3325, A3425, and A3525. I'm going to present them as a single application pretty much because they all represent the same request for the most part. The subject properties are 1117, 1109, and 1125 Pine Street. 1,865,908 Ontario Inc. is the owner of these subject properties. These adjoining properties are located on the west side of Pine Street, commencing approximately 60 meters south of the Second Line East and Pine Street intersection. They are designated residential in the official plan and are zoned R4 with a special provision, medium density residential. Relief is requested from the provisions of bylaw 2005-150 as amended to permit a covered roof over the proposed underground parking ramp to cross the common property line between civic numbers 1109 and 1117 Pine Street. As well, relief is sought to standardize the size of the balconies on floors 2 through 6 to match the ground floor decks on the existing and proposed 6-story, 47-unit apartment buildings currently under construction. Specifically, section 4.2, maximum balcony projection into any yard is 1.5 meters. They seek to increase the maximum permitted balcony projection into any yard to 2.43 meters for floors 2 through 6. Again, the decks on the ground floor are in compliance, and these balconies are intended to match those decks. Section 9.8.2 requires an interior side yard of 7.5 meters. The applicant seeks to reduce the south interior side yard to 0.0 meters for 1117 Pine Street for the proposed shared covered ramp only, and reduce the north interior side yard to 0.0 meters for 1109 Pine Street for the proposed shared covered porch ramp only. The roof covering is intended to protect the underground parking ramp from hazardous weather conditions such as rain, snow, and ice. The balconies and decks are intended to provide equivalent outdoor amenity space for all units and enhance the aesthetic design of each building. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties by posting a sign on site and by posting on the city website. As part of the application review, this proposal was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. And there's been a bit of an update late today. Building Division had no objections. Conservation Authority and Engineering had no concerns. Fire Services had no comments. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division is supportive. Planning staff support these applications and are satisfied that they meet the 4 tests. The requested variances are desirable for the subject properties as the proposed ramp covering will enhance safety, and the enlarged balconies will provide additional amenity space for residents. PUC Distribution Electrical Utility had no concerns. Public Utilities Commission Water Utility had no concerns. My comment is there is no objection to the request. No evidence was submitted to suggest that approval would create a negative impact. And those are my submissions, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Without anybody here for the application, do committee members have any questions or concerns?
No questions or concerns, Madam Chair.
A question, and I don't think it affects the impact. I'm more curiosity. When the original plan was submitted, would it not have detailed the size of the balconies at that time?
No, the plan didn't have the balconies, and the covered porch wasn't on the plan, hence the need for variances now.
Thank you.
Perfect. With that, I'll close the discussion and ask for a motion.
Madam Chair, I'll put forward a motion for approval of the application, noting the comments of staff that there's no negative adverse impact.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. And a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, second by Wayne. And all in favor?
In favor.
Okay, motion carried.
Okay, how do we signal him to come on?
Frank can come on.
Yep,
Thank you.
all good. Thanks.
We'll note that, Dawn, time. We note that Mr. Bruni has rejoined. And we'll move to tab 3 on your agenda, which is an application from Ed Lofstrom, and Mr. Lofstrom is in the gallery. The subject property is 626 Fifth Line East. It is located on the northeast corner of Great Northern Road and Fifth Line East. It is designated rural area in the official plan and is zoned RA rural area, subject to site plan control. The applicant seeks to sever and convey a northeasterly parcel of land in the following manner. Severed lands would have a frontage of 61.8 meters on the Fifth Line East side, 170.75 meters depth, and approximate area of 0.951 hectares. The retained lands have a frontage of 103.82 meters on Fifth Line and a regular depth and are approximately 2.19 hectares. The purpose is to create one additional lot for future residential development purposes. Notice of public hearing was sent by personal mail to neighboring properties by posting a sign on site and posting on the city website. As part of the application review, this proposal was circulated to the following internal departments and external agencies for their review. Building Division had no response. Conservation Authority had no concerns. Engineering and Construction had comments, and I'll read them shortly. Fire Services had no comment. Legal Department had no comment. Planning Division had comments, and I will read them. Public Utilities Commission Water Utility had no concerns, nor did the PUC Distribution Inc. Electrical Utilities. Public Works had comments. Those comments are as follows. Planning staff have reviewed this application and provide the following comments. This property is designated under site plan control. The consent application conforms to the rural area policy, which permits the creation of up to 2 new lots in addition to the retained parcel. Planning staff note that this application represents the second and final lot that may be created from the subject property under the current policy. Accordingly, no further lot creation will be permitted without an amendment to the official plan, which may not be supported by planning staff. Great Northern Road is a connecting link. Any new driveway accessing Great Northern Road requires approval from the Director of Engineering. Alternatively, access may be provided via an easement over private property to Fifth Line East, as noted in the engineering comments. About 35 meters of the west side of the severed parcel lies within 500 meters of the landfill influence area. As such, occasional odors are possible. Planning recommends that residential buildings should be located at least 35 meters from the west lot line. The nearby Agawam Canyon Railway may result in noise vibration impacts. To mitigate this, planning recommends that residential buildings not be located within 70 meters of the railway right-of-way. Retaining existing vegetation will help buffer potential odor and noise impacts. Planning recommends approval of the consent subject to the following conditions. The Director of Engineering supports a new driveway on Great Northern Road, or the applicant secures a private easement providing access to Fifth Line. And if I may comment to that, in 2022, Mr. Lofstrom obtained that consent to create that driveway off Great Northern Road, and understands that as a condition of this consent, it will be recommended that a more current response be provided. A treed buffer along the west and east property lines is retained to a minimum depth of 15 meters. The owner shall submit revisions to the approved site plan for the retained lands to the satisfaction of the Director of Planning to reflect the new lot configuration resulting from the severance, and that's an updated comment from what you have in your package. Engineering has reviewed this application and has the following comment. Although the city makes every effort to control odor, as part of landfill operations, odors may be noticeable from time to time. Due to the close proximity of Great Northern Road and Agawam Canyon Railroad, noise pollution may be noticeable from time to time. For this property to have access from Great Northern Road, a culvert permit and municipal consent permit may be required. Due to the high speed and volume of traffic on Great Northern Road, it is recommended that the owner pursue an access easement to Fifth Line East, and we've spoken about how access is to be gained from Great Northern Road and not by way of an easement. Municipal water and sanitary services are not available for this property. Algoma Public Health approval may be required for the installation of a septic system. It is recommended that the severed lands be subject to site plan control to address matters such as entrance, location, and drainage, etc. It is recommended that the severed lands be subject to site plan control to address that's in there twice.
Yeah.
And it already is subject to site plan control. It is recommended that the severed lands be subject to site plan. I've got that in there 3 times. I guess I wanted you to make sure it was done, Ed.
It's covered.
Public Works recommends that the severed lands be subject to site plan control. Here we go. To address matters such as entrance, location, and drainage. And again, the subject property, the entire subject property is subject to site plan control. Engineering, planning, and public works staff have recommended several conditions that have been incorporated into my recommendations below. Planning staff has also recommended that residential buildings be located at least 35 meters from the west lot line. They also recommend that residential buildings not be located within 70 meters of the railway right-of-way. These are for your consideration as well. Recommended conditions of any approval are a municipal consent permit be obtained for a driveway off Great Northern Road, or a right-of-way easement must be obtained over private property access Fifth Line. And Mr. Lofstrom, you've indicated that you'll be going for the consent off Great Northern Road, so the easement won't be necessary, so we can take that out. That the applicant provide confirmation that the planning director or his designate is satisfied with any amendments that may be required to the existing site plan. Payment of 5% cash in lieu of parkland for each new lot created. payment of transfer review fee, provide a transfer deed of land for certificate of official, provide a draft reference plan for approval prior to registration, provide a full-size white reference plan once registered plan, provide a digital copy of the registered reference plan, provide confirmation from the chief building official or his designate that each unit will be provided with separate electrical and water services, provide PIN abstract and PIN map, minor variance application approval if required, discharge of charge or mortgage, partial discharge of charge or mortgage, payment of taxes, provide a copy of the registered transfer deed of land, and provide comments from Algoma Public Health stating that both the part to be transferred and the part to be retained are capable of supporting a sewage disposal system. You're pretty familiar with most of those conditions anyhow. And those are my submissions, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Mr. Lofstrom, do you have any additional comments you'd like to provide the committee or questions for Michelle?
Everything's covered.
Okay, thank you. And any committee members have any questions, comments?
Thank you. Are there any of these recommendations, are they good with all of them? There's no issues?
No, we've been dealing with this for a while. It's all familiar stuff.
You, if I might, you just might want to explain to the committee why you're supportive of the setbacks recommended by planning. I'm sure that's a question in their minds.
Well, we live south of Fifth Line right now, and we don't have a treed buffer. And I kind of would appreciate a treed buffer when the traffic and stuff like that. So we're thinking that if we do build another home, that it would be set back anyways, and the buffer is perfect. The train well, that's an easy one to figure out. It's only 2-3 times a day, but still, keeping the buffer zone is good. I even plan on a driveway that curves in so people don't even see the house from the highway.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from Anthony or Frank?
None, Madam Chair.
I don't have any.
Okay, with that, I'll close the discussion and I'll ask for a motion.
I'll put forward a motion to accept with the conditions as noted.
Okay, thank you,
Comments
Frank.
and recommendations, yeah.
Perfect, thank you, Frank. And can I ask for a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, second by Wayne. And
We should note that the recommendation about the easement is no longer part of this application.
I took it out.
perfect. Okay, and all in favor?
In favor, Madam Chair.
In
Okay,
favor.
Anthony, Frank, and Wayne. Okay, and with that, motion carried.
Hey, Madam Chair, that's the extent of
Yeah.
applications.
Thank you, we're good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ed.
I love this department.
Could make it harder.
And if you would, Ed, if you would send me that approval, just so that I can get that in motion there. Thank you. The only thing on business is I had included a copy of the proposed schedule for 2026. And I haven't heard any comments back. I sent it by
Send
email.
it by email.
You
No,
did send it
yeah,
by
I
email?
haven't.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I
I don't,
missed
I
that.
sent it,
It was like a month ago, and now I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a while back.
okay, so if you folks in the next day or two would go back, or no, you know what, I'll resend it.
you.
And if you could look at it when I resend it, because I need to book the council chambers and let the other staff know when to book their time for the hearings, I'd appreciate it. I'll resend it today.
Okay, is
Affirmative.
it still Wednesday, same time? Every
Yeah.
third Wednesday? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Madam
Unless
Secretary,
there's a majority that have an issue with that date and we can relook at it.
Is that Anthony looking for Michelle?
Madam Secretary, I would be good, on the 3rd or 4th if you had to change the date for December.
Okay, I'll
I called you this morning, but I think you're already gone.
on where?
Well, probably out of the office, like out of your actual physical office when I phoned.
Okay. All right then. we'll, thank you, Anthony, and the committee can think about that. Provided the third or fourth doesn't mean someone else will be missing, so. Okay, we're on the 10th.
We're on the 10th, fine.
Yep. Okay,
Okay.
look at your 226 and get back to me. When
Okay.
I send it, I'll get your response right back, I'm sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye, everyone.
Hey,
Thank you.
Bye.
great.
Meeting
Can I
adjourned.
have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Madam Chair, I'll put forward a motion to adjourn that meeting.
Thank you, Anthony, and second by,
I'll second the motion.
by Frank, and all in favor?
Affirmative.
In favor.
Thank you.
I forgot to.